A very good morning to you all, Your Highness, the Chairman, the Principal, eminent guests, the speakers, faculty members, and the student community. I am Ira Ali, a 10th grade student from Rajmata Krishna Kumari Girls Public School. So today, I'm going to talk about cyber citizenship. The first time I ever interacted with the internet was when I was 8 or 9. I went to my first cousin's place. Her dad got a new laptop and we played the dressing up games that most of us girls have grown up playing. Now, with the years that have passed, I have realized that the internet is one of the most effective instruments for globalization today. Very intermediate sounding names, right? Globalization, effective instrument. It is simply the fact that the internet, in its own special way, has made the world more connected. It has made our world a global village. Albert Einstein profoundly said, the internet is like a town square for the global village of tomorrow. Now let me break it down to you. In my eyes, the town square is like a vegetable market. I'm sure all of you have been to the Sabji Mandi of Jodhpur. Now, picture this scenario in a vegetable market where there are fruits and vegetables, an infinite amount of things to sell. There are stall owners, there are people all around. And there are also thieves and pickpocketers. Now, imagine if one of the ladies in the vegetable market has got her bag stolen and the thief is running away like a cheetah and nobody's catching hold of him. The lady is wailing for help and hardly anyone ever comes to help. Now, put this scenario in the internet context. Let the stall owners be website owners. Let the fruits and vegetables be all the information you find on the internet. Let all the people in the vegetable market be like users of the internet. And the thieves and the pickpocketers of the vegetable market, like cyber criminals on the internet. Now, when the lady is going back home, she has two options. Either she can file an FIR and go to the police station, or she can go home and exaggerate that story to her grandchildren and indirectly plead for empathy. Now, in the internet context, you can very well file and report for whomsoever has done any harm to you. The only reason the lady can file an FIR is because she's a citizen of the country wherever she is, like India. And the only reason you being a part of the internet, you being a cyber citizen of the internet can do so is because you have the entitlement to cyber citizenship. Cyber citizenship is based on the simple concept of citizenship, just an online community. Now, being a citizen of a country, you all know there are certain rules and regulations all of you have to follow. And if you don't, you are no longer a citizen of that country and you will be termed as a criminal. Just on the internet, if you do not follow some very basic rules on the internet, you are no longer a cyber citizen. Now, I'm going to introduce to you two very basic and primary rules that all of us have heard about. Number one is to set robust passwords. Now, robust is a synonym for strong. The way I see it, passwords are like underwear. You don't let them lay around anywhere else. The longer, the better. And the longer, the better. And the most important part, you keep, the longer, the better. So, passwords like underwear are very important to be strong. Now, the second very basic and important rule of the internet is to post only appropriate content. A lot of you know about cyber criminals, cyber bullying, a lot of cyber fears that are out there. It is a very basic rule of the internet to post only appropriate content that does not hurt anybody else. Now, with the term as big as cyber citizenship, just like H2O is broken down into two molecules of hydrogen and one molecule of oxygen, cyber citizenship is also broken down into 9 very primary elements, 4 of which I'm going to talk about right now. The first is digital access. Digital access is the simple term that you as a cyber citizen have the entitlement to have the access to the internet. It is just as your parents can take your phone anytime, anywhere. They have a simple access to your phones, and you, being a citizen of the internet, have access to the internet. The second element of cyber citizenship is digital literacy. Digital literacy is a very simple term that says you, being a cyber citizen, need to know few very essential things for your benefit, like programming and online word processing software, know how to have and conduct online research, even things like knowing about the Facebook controversy, the Cambridge Analytica scam, even things and current affair topics come under the term digital literacy. Digital natives like me and a lot of other of you out there need to know these little things under the term cyber literacy. Another element of cyber citizenship is digital rights and responsibilities. You, being a citizen of the country India, already know certain rights that you have to uphold as a citizen. The responsibilities that you have to uphold are very essential to using the internet. When I lived at the top floor of a building, everybody appreciated our penthouse. Everybody wanted to live at the top floor, the sunset, the sunrise, and all the pictures that all of us could take. But nobody ever realized that living on the top floor of a building comes with a lot of responsibilities, like keeping your windows and doors closed at night. When I watched the Spider-Man movie, I remember very profoundly Spider-Man's uncle saying, "With great power comes great responsibility." And it is very well true. With a power such as the internet, it is you, a cyber citizen, need to uphold the responsibility of following certain rules and regulations, and that you, being a cyber citizen, need to mandatorily follow these in order to be a cyber citizen. The last element is cyber commerce. Cyber commerce is a simple term for e-commerce websites like Amazon, Jabong, and Flipkart. Very intermediate and fancy names for such simple but essential terms. Now, these were the 4 very basic elements that I wanted to talk about. Now, I want to end my talk asking you all to not waste your time that you have spent listening to my talk and understand the significance of using the internet and following its rules and knowing very primary and simple terms like cyber citizenship. I'm sure there are many of you in the crowd right now who do not know the term cyber citizenship, who have not read about it, who have not been acquainted with the term. But being the term as it is and as intermediate sounding it is a very simple term as you, the everyday user of the internet, need to know about. Thank you, Gyanam Brahma.